Okay, I have a question. If a zombie apocalypse popped off right here, right now, how many zombies do you think you can take on? Any number you gave is probably wrong because zombies are immortal. Well, they're not immortal. They're just not dead. You can't kill them because they can't die because they're already dead at the same time. Now that has nothing to do with this video though. So there are very, very few things that actually make me angry in this world. As a matter of fact, very few people have actually seen me get mad before. Things like leaving your child in a car by themselves in 90-degree weather. Yeah, that'll do it. Anyone who abuses animals. The fact that roaches exist. I guess now is a good time to mention that this video is sponsored by Raid Butt Spray. When a fly keeps buzzing around my ear and I slap my ear and someone looks at me like, hey, what's wrong with him? Well, is he all right? Bruh, what? So very few things really make me angry in this world. Except this. Now, someone's mad probably like, wow, I can't believe you would call somebody that. Like, bro, look. First of all, anyone who knows me knows that I don't call females that. I usually call guys that because we joke about it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm making an exception for this one. Look, I'm going to have to give you some context just for you to understand why I'm so upset about her living at this point. But anyone who recognizes this character, you know exactly where this is going. So I was recently rewatching this anime called The Rising of the Shield Hero. One of my favorite anime at this point right now. I can easily put it in the top 1,000 anime that I've watched. So I'm going to give you a really, really short summary, right? In the world of the Shield Hero, they live in a matriarchy. That means that women are basically in control. And the one that I'm talking about, the individual that I'm speaking of, is a princess for this country. So she has a lot of power and influence. Not as much as the queen of the country, not as much as the queen, not as much as the king, but she's dang near in fourth place. Now you're probably thinking, what did she do that made you so upset? Like, what could she have possibly done? Look, shut up, I'll get there. She makes sure that she joins the party with the Shield Hero, gets close to him, gains his trust, and then stabs him in the throat. Oh, this is getting my blood boiling. So what she did was, not only did she make this nigga pay for all of her equipment, not only did she try to get this nigga drunk, she robbed this nigga, and then I dropped my phone. Okay, so it's pretty clear that I had to calm down for a second. Man, fuck that. So what she did after she robbed this nigga, right? She goes to her dad and tells her dad that the Shield Hero assaulted her. And my nigga was just trying to get a good night's sleep that night. He wasn't even with her. And this was the same night that she tried to get this nigga drunk. But here's the thing. Here's the thing about trying to get this nigga drunk specifically. He can't get drunk. He's immune to it. And she said,
he was drunk and he tried to assault me.
And she told her father, you know, she's the princess, as I said. So she basically told the king this. And the king already doesn't like this nigga because he's black. Yo, there's something wrong with me. That nigga is not black, but like, bro, based on the way that they treated him, you would think he was. Bro, and the entire time, the Shield Hero, the nicest dude in the world, bro, the realest nigga in the world, he's worried about her. He's like, bro, I like, he's confused because one, he doesn't know what happened to her, and two, she's saying that he did it, so something obviously must have happened, right? So he's worried, trying to figure out what's going on. And while he's worried about her, she looks at him, stares at him, sticks her tongue out, and oh, my blood's boiling again. If I was a Shield Hero in that situation, and you stick your tongue out at me, I don't care how many people are holding me down. I'm ripping your tongue out of your throat. Bruh, and on top of that, she planted fake evidence in his house, in his room, right? She planted fake evidence. She stole this nigga's shirt and gave it to the Spirit Hero. Bruh, don't even get me started with the Spirit Hero. Bruh, this man's like a simp that actually gets some. There are so many times where all this man had to do was use a single brain cell. One brain cell. If you would have thought just for a second, so many things would have been avoided. But nah, the Spirit Hero, you know what? Man, look, we're not talking about him. We're not talking about him. This is about that thing. That thing right there. That right there. So basically, after she accuses the Shield Hero, the realest nigga, the main character, of assaulting her, she gets everyone on her side. So this seems like a good time to mention that there are actually 4 heroes. There's the Shield Hero, the Spirit Hero, the Sword Hero, and the Bow Hero. Yeah, that's not really important, but I do want to say that the Sword Hero, he's a nigga. He may not be as real as Nafumi, but that man's all right. Nafumi is the Shield Hero. So after his quote-unquote trial, he gets kicked out of the kingdom, and they decide not to kill him, which is what they would usually do in this situation. The only reason they didn't kill him is because he's one of the heroes, and they kind of need that nigga. And they told everyone in the entire continent, everyone in that country knows about his actions, quote unquote. Everyone knows, so everyone, literally everyone, hates this nigga. All because the king doesn't like black people. I need to stop saying that. So everyone hates him. He starts to leave the country, and then this blacksmith grabs him, puts him in the dark alley, and he's about to knock this nigga out. Man, this blacksmith was black. He looks strong. That man makes weapons for a living. You know he's finna knock that nigga clean out, man. But after looking into his eyes, he realizes this nigga's not a bad person. He's been wronged. And he decides, I'm gonna help the shield hero. My man. Do anyone else look at this guy and go, yo, this is like a younger Uncle Iroh? Bro, every time I see Uncle Iroh, I just think, leaves from the vine, falling so slow. So since no one likes him, no one wants to help him on his quest, this man has to find someone to fight for him, because all he can use is the shield. He's the shield hero. So he goes and, I'm not exactly sure how I feel about this. Nah, I don't really care. He goes and buys a slave, right? Now, in all honesty, he actually treats the slave pretty nicely. Like, you would, like, when you think of slavery, you wouldn't think of how the way that he's treating this demi-human. When he got her, she was on the edge of death, and he cured her disease, fed her, gave her a place to stay. Like, bruh, he did everything for her, right? So she actually becomes attached to him when she realizes that he's the shield hero and that he's actually helping her. And then, oh yeah, it's time for her to come back. Bruh, she cannot just let this nigga be happy for a day. So she forces her brand new boyfriend, the spear hero, to challenge the shield hero to a duel. Now, can you explain to me how in the hell is the shield hero supposed to be fighting? He used the shield. The only person that called out how stupid this was the slave that they proceeded to manhandle. They actually treated her like a slave. Like, bruh. The whole reason that this duel is taking place is because the princess noticed, oh, wow, the shield hero has a slave, somebody to fight for him, and she looks happy, and he's smiling? Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. So the duel is happening, and the spear hero is about to lose, bro. The shield hero, he has some tricks up his sleeve, or in his shirt. And when he's just about to deliver the final blow to defeat the spear hero, this princess pulls out a wind spell and hits him in the middle of a one-on-one duel, and no one says anything about it. And this causes him to spiral into depression. Like, bro, they took this man's life away from him. Like, bro, they accused him of something he didn't do. They kicked him out of the country with no money to his name. They caused everyone to hate him. And literally, as we're speaking, he's about to lose custody of his child slave. Look, we're not going to talk about that. And what happens next is probably one of my favorite moments just in anime in recent years. It's probably like one of my top 10 moments. She goes to, like, the slave goes over to Nafumi and is like, hey, I will never leave you. Even though they gave me my freedom, you're the one that I want to stay with. Like, bruh. Like, I'm about to cry.
Never abused me, and he never made me do anything I couldn't do.
Speaking straight facts.
Nobody should ever be forced into a fight.
Everything he says pisses me off.
Master Naofumi can't use any weapons. The shield defends, so someone has to fight for him.
Bro, I cannot understate how great this entire scene was. I'm not finna play the entire thing because copyright, but still, it's amazing. And since something good has happened to him, you know, something that has to happen right after. So next thing that she does. So a little time has passed, and the shield hero has been going around helping people. He helped this one village that was being attacked by monsters, right? This bitch pulls up on the village and tries to take over the village. And in all honesty, the shield hero probably would not have cared about them taking over the village if they weren't about to raise the taxes. Name a single person that likes paying taxes, my nigga. And then she's forced to compromise and force the spear hero, who she's now partnered with, to go against the shield hero in a race. So the race ends. The shield hero wins because he's a real nigga, and the spirit hero gets launched like Dragon Ball Z. That man started blasting like Team Rocket, bro. And the princess was like, I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids and your big bird. Like, you know, like a Scooby-Doo villain. And I have to admit, it felt good seeing this man finally get a dub. It felt good seeing this man win, right? So 2 seconds later, we meet her sister. And her sister's worse than her. No, I'm joking, bro. She's actually pretty nice. So her sister is next in line to rule the country, right? She's next in line to become the queen. She doesn't like that, so she tries to kill her. And this leads into a few episodes where oh my God, she just keeps manipulating everyone to hate this nigga. She said, oh, well, he has a shield that brainwashes people. What? How does it work? He talks to you. Oh, that makes sense. How many times have y'all niggas talked to him? How many times have y'all spoken to him? If he didn't use it back then, what makes you think he'll use it now? If he had it. Like I said, there are certain times where if certain people use just one brain cell, two brains, probably two. If you can use 2 brain cells, you could stay through most of this. Bro, I bit my tongue. The only person that had like a lot of doubt about what the princess was doing was the sword hero, which is why I said that nigga is real. Just not at first. And the shield hero recognizes that. Real niggas recognize real niggas. So he specifically calls out to the sword hero. Yo, Ren. That's his name. Yo, Ren. You're probably the only person over there that has more than 2 brain cells. I know you can see through this. Do your research, nigga. Give me the sources, nigga. Do some research, nigga. Anyway, after they escape their attackers, the princess burns down the forest. She burns down the forest in an attempt to kill him, his bird, his slave, and her sister. Oh, wait. I skipped something. When we first find out that her sister is the princess, you know, we find out that she's her sister, this is trying to make the spirit hero fight the shield hero again. But not like in the normal duel arena like the first time. She has this nigga fighting in the streets. Attacking and possibly injuring a bunch of people. So when her sister shows up, all her plans are foiled because, you know, her sister has more power than her somehow. I don't understand how, but she does. And it's probably because she's such a... So after the battle, the spirit hero badmouths everyone again. And let's just say the nigga went blasting off again like Team Rocket. So now that I got that taken care of, god dang, this is a long video. So off screen, she kills the sword and the bow hero because they're trying to snoop into why does everyone hate the shield hero so much. So yeah, they got nosy, they pulled the Scooby-Doo, and yeah, they got killed for it. They off screen these niggas. That's kind of disrespectful. And she blamed their deaths on the shield hero because apparently he went into the country that he was exiled from. And instead of continuing to run, he went to the... If the spirit hero used more than 2 brain cells, I know I said this before. If he used just 1, maybe even 1.5, he could have seen how this makes no sense. He's the shield hero. How would he attack them? 1, and how would he get into the... So she forces them to fight again for the 3rd time. And this time, she gets double-crossed. Bro, you would not believe the smile on my face when this dude attacked everyone, and she was like, you could have killed me. And that nigga was like, yeah, that was the fucking point. So after they finish this fight with all the grace of a drunk ballerina, the queen finally shows up. And unlucky for Naofumi, she looks exactly like this girl. Bro, they look exactly the same. So anyway, their mom pulls up, and she's basically apologizing to the shield hero for everything that her daughter/husband has been putting him through. All the pain, all the suffering. She's apologizing for all of it. Now, this next part is a problem with adapting from source material for animes. I'm sure other mediums have this problem, but like it really hurts me when anime does this. So they'll take a character or a scene and basically alter either the setting or the mood or like however they're acting. They always change. For example, one of the things that the queen suggested to Naofumi to have done to like her daughter and her husband is that he could have them like go into slavery, right? He got them to go into slavery, make them work to pay off everything that's happened to him until he's satisfied. And then once they're satisfied and they get a false sense of security, kill them. Like, bro, you can't tell me the queen ain't a real nigga. Bro, that's the baddest. And in the light novel, Naofumi is the one that says, put these niggas to death. Cut their heads off. Oh my God, bro. I was so happy. Bro. It brought a tear to my eye, my nigga. But sadly, she couldn't do that in the light novel because if she were to kill the king, that could cause tensions with other nations because they really like that nigga, even though he nigga. But given the opportunity, she probably would have went through with it. I'm not even finna lie. Like, bro, when I say she was pissed, bro, she was pissed off. If she could have killed him, she definitely would have. She would have killed that nigga. Oh my gosh, I skipped the best part. So before any of this killing happened, or lack thereof, the queen had to clear the shield hero's name, obviously, you know. So she puts this bitch on trial. They also took out a pack of poker cards, took the king and put that thing on trial too. And the queen begins asking questions. She begins to uncover the truth. She goes accusation after accusation after accusation. Oh my gosh, bro, it felt so good every time that this girl lied. And look, so they put this crest on her so that every time she lies, she get hit with like a thunderbolt. Bruh, Pikachu is a real nigga for that one. Every time she lied, and she would, her mom went into detail everything. Did you try to kill your sister? No. Bruh, oh my God, I loved it. So as I said, she goes accusation after accusation. And then she gets to the part where she asks, did the shield hero really assault you? And she said yes. And that thing went off, bro, Pikachu! So in the anime, after this, she sentences them to death. Needless to say that the main character, he didn't let them die. Sadly, he didn't let them die. And after saving their lives, the princess, well, I mean, she's not the princess anymore, but she decides to make amends. She decides to set things right. You know how she repays him for not killing her? She tries to poison the nigga. Bruh, and then every word she says for the rest of the series just makes me want to choke. I don't even feel like screaming no more. So hopefully you can see why now. Just looking at a picture of this, I don't even want to call her a girl because that's disrespectful to all women. Shoot, I don't even want to call her a bitch because that's disrespectful to all dogs. Shoot, I don't even want to call her by a name, mine, because that would be disrespectful to mine from Dragon Ball. So now you hopefully understand why just looking at a picture of her, just hearing her voice just rattles me to my core and it makes me so upset. It ruins my day instantly. And in the happier news, this might sound a little weird, but so I just rewatched Rising of the Shield Hero, right? Not too long ago. And right after I watched it, they made an announcement for season 2. Okay. Coincidence. That's cool. And I just happened to rewatch Classroom of the Elite, right? And they're making a season 2 for that too. And what's crazy is that, like, bro, so I've been working on another video like at the same time as this one. I just happened to finish this one first. And it's basically about like anime not getting season 2s that deserve it. And literally right when I'm making that video, both of these two announcements come up. And I'm finishing through my rewatches of these animes. It's like, wow, I feel like I'm the protagonist of this world because this just happened like when I'm working on my stuff. So this video is literally dang near twice as long as my longest video. And look, if you like it, leave a like, subscribe, because ain't no way you making it this far and not liking it. Like, come on, man. You know something else I hate? Niggas that watch the video and don't like it. If you made it to the end,